Here is the 2022 Additional Mathematics, paper 1, question 7a, and the question reads, the term independent of x in the expansion of x squared plus k over x to the power 4, close brackets, to the power 6 is 60. Find the value of the constant k. So they have told us to find the value for k, given that the term independent of x in the expansion of this is 60. So since we have been given the term independent of x in the expansion of this, it is easy for us to find the values of k. So first of all, we're going to rewrite this so that we don't get confused. So we have x squared plus k over x to the power 4, and then the brackets, okay, power 6. So first of all, we need to know the formulas, or the formula we can use for us to find the term independent of x. So the formula we use is n choose r multiplied by a to the power n minus r multiplied by b to the power r, where n is the power given. In this a, it's the first term in the function given. So for example, here we've been given that x squared plus k over x to the power 4. So this means that this first term or letter will be our a, and the last one will be our b. So in this case, we have x squared, which is our a, so we can write a is equal to x squared and b is equal to k over x to the power 4 over x to the power 4. So under indices, this k over x to the power 4 can be also written as x to the power negative 4 multiplied by k, x to the power negative 4 multiplied by k. So I'm going to explain why it can be written like this. So if you see this x to the power negative 4, so this means that it's 1 over x to the power 4. It's 1 over x to the power 4. So this and this, they are just one in the same. So this is just the shortest way of representing this. So multiply by k. So if you multiply here 1 over x to the power 4 multiplied by k, it will take us back to this position. So we can say that our b is the same as x to the power negative 4 multiplied by k. X to the power negative 4 multiplied by k, because we have said that writing like this is the same as writing like this. So hope you have understood. Okay, so this is the formula we use when we're calculating the term independent of x. So you just now replace the values that you have in this formula. So I said that n is the power given, so I'm going to have 6 is the power, so I'm going to have 6, choose r, we don't know our r, so we are yet to find our r. 6 choose r multiplied by a, where there's a, I said that the first letter or term will be our a. So in this case, our a, it's x squared, because that's the first letter. So we're going to have x squared, then we put to the power n, which we have found to be 6. Our n is 6, so this is the formula that we are just replacing in. 6 minus r, which we don't know, multiplied by b to the power r. So we said that b, it's this one or this one. So we simplified to this part where you write x to the power negative 4 multiplied by k. We just simplified it. So where there's b, we're going to have this. So x to the power negative 4 multiplied by k. Remember, to the power r, which we don't know. Okay. So we maintain our 6, choose r. Then we can expand this. 2 can multiply by with the 6, because these are powers. Okay. So we're going to have 2 multiplied by 6, it will give us 12. 2 multiplied by 6, it will give us 12. minus 2 multiplied by r, this will be 2r. Okay, so we maintain our sign, which is negative, multiplied by, so so let's just write it here. This x to the power negative 4 multiplied by k to the power, okay, to the power r. So this can also mean that x to the power negative 4 r multiplied by k to the power r. This means this means that r is the power for everything that is here. So writing like this is the same as writing like this. Okay, so we have said that this can be written like this in a simplest way. So I can have x to the power negative 4r multiplied by k to the power r. So writing like this is the same as writing like that. There is no difference, so don't get confused. Okay, so make sure you follow attentively. So if you're watching this on TikTok, you can give it a follow, and if it's on YouTube, please subscribe so that you get notified when we post another question. So back to our question. So as usual, we maintain our 6, choose r. So we're going to have 6, choose r, x to the power 12 minus 2r multiplied by here x negative 4 multiplied by r to give us x to the power negative 4r, just like we wrote here, multiplied by k to the power r. So in the question we had something of the term independent of x. So the term independent of x means that x is equal to the power 0, x the power 0. This is what they mean by the term independent of x, the term independent of x. So we're going to get the x, this x, okay, this x, then we equate them to x to the power 0, so that we find our r. So get anything get everything that has x. So this will remain because it doesn't have x. We cannot equate it to x to the power 0. So by saying the term independent of x, they mean the term which has x to the power 0, because x to the power 0 it will give you 1, and that's the term independent of x. So we are going to get this one. So I said you get this one, which is x. This you just ignore them as for now. X to the power 12 minus 2r multiplied by x to the power negative 4. We equate them to x to x. X is equal to power 0. X is equal to x to the power 0. Okay, so then this, if you see these are same bases, and the law of multiplication and the law of indices under multiplication states that when you're dealing with numbers or with numbers of the same bases, just add the powers. So we're just going to add the powers. We're going to have something like x to the power 12 minus 2r. We just add. So this is negative. So positive times negative, it will give us a negative. So here we're going to have 4r, which is equals to x to the power 0. So don't get confused here. Since I've said that since these bases are just the same or are equal, we just add the powers according to the law of indices under multiplication. So then we can divide this and this, hence we're going to remain with it. 12 minus 2r minus 4r is equal to 0, is equal to 0. Okay, then if you see this and this are like terms, so you can add them. So of 12 negative 2r minus 4r, this will give us a negative 6r. This is simple math. Okay, then we collect the like terms, or we take 6 to this side so that we find the value of r. So we're going to have negative 6r is equal to negative 12. When 12 crosses the equal sign to become negative, then we divide both sides by negative 6, so that we find our r, and our r will give us a 2, positive 2. This and this will go, and our r will be positive 2. So having found our r, you now come back to this stage. So this is independent of x. So this means that these all things means that x is equals to the power 0. So you can write this as, so remember we are here, so you can write it here as 6, choose r, multiply by this. I said that this means independent of x, so this means the author of this means x to the power 0, x to the power 0 multiplied by k to the power r, and they told us that the term independent of x in the expansion of x squared plus k over x to the power 4 close brackets power 6 is 60. So this term independent of x in the expansion of that is 60. So we just equate this to 60. We just equate it to 60. So we have found our r to be 2. So where there's r, we're going to put 2. So we're going to have 6, choose 2. 6, choose 2. X to the power 0, that's 1. Any number or letter to the power 0, it's 1. So 6 to the power 2, 6 choose 2 multiplied by k to the power r, which is 2. So we're going to have k squared is equal to 60, is equal to 60. So you just place on your calculator 6 choose 2. So this you cannot do in your head. In your head, you will need a calculator. So you place on 6. So we have 6 here. So 6, 6, and then choose. It's here, where there is choose. So 6, choose 6. So don't press shift, just place direct on this button. Okay, so just place direct on that button. So 6, choose 2. This will give us 15. So I'm going to repeat what I placed. So I have 6, then you place on this one. Okay, choose 2. So 6 choose 2, it will give you 15. So we're going to have 15 k squared is equals to 60. Then we make k the subject formula by dividing both sides by 15. So over 15 over 15, and our k squared is equal to this, and this will go 60 divide 15, this is 4. Then we just find the value of k by introducing the square root. So we are going to have the square root. So the square root of the square root and the square root cancels each other, because the square root, in another way, the square root can be written as 1 over 2. So 1 over 2 multiplied by this and this will cancel. Hence we're going to have k is equals to, so the square root of a number is either positive or negative. The square root of a number is either positive or negative. So the square root of 4 will give us positive or negative 2. So these are the values for x, and remember this carries 4 marks in an exam. So we are a school of online tuition, and if you'd like to learn with us in subjects like mathematics, science, biology, civic education, commerce, and many more, you can use, or you can contact this WhatsApp line plus 26096515865. So if you're watching this on TikTok, give it a follow, and don't forget to like and share, because sharing is caring. And it's if it's on YouTube, please subscribe.